Welcome back, guys. So right now, let's carry out a competition research. We've carried out a book content research. I've told you how to go about it, what it's all about. We've carried out a demand research as well. I've shown you how to do that as well. And right now, I want to do a competition research. So all I have to do is to come to books and look for the book. I'm just going to try to look for sketchbook. And as you can see, this Amazon AMZ expander, suggestion expander, is giving us different, as you can see them, sketchbook. And yeah, let's look into that. So let's say sketchbook. Let's look into the expander, and we have these. So these are sketchbooks, and as you can see, how do you know the competition? How do you get to know the competition research? You just have to look at two things basically. The first one is this 1 to 16 suggests. You don't have to go too far to get ahead of competitions. That's very important. You have to look at how many pages it brings at once. Then we have this landing page, and this is where you would love to be in terms of competition. You would love to be at this very first page, this very first search index, and that is the goal. That's why you need to do a competition research. When you do a competition research, you get to know how far you need to come. And here we have 1 to 16, but the NIST score is very bad, 7, so you would not be doing any of these. So let's look for another one. Basically, we've seen how to go about that, so I'm going to look for drawing book. Let me look for drawing book. Let's see what we have in drawing books. Yeah, and right now we still have 1 to 16, which is very good, and you'll see more stats from Titans Quick View. So wait for the stats, and you can look into other things you have to look into. Another thing you need to look into is the individual published. You have to look at how many individuals are publishing or independently published. I call it individual or independently, it's just the same. So we are going to look at that. To do a competition research, that's the two things you need. You need this 1 over 16, and you need this individual or independent published. Then the price to can actually determine, but it's under demand research. But the price to as competition, so you have to set a competitive price, a price that it doesn't go below the average and it goes a bit higher than the average. So that will be a competitive price enough. We are going to check three parameters for competition research. So the first parameter is pricing, which is the average price. We go a little bit above the average price, then you look at the individual or independent published. We are going to look at that. So we are going to know how many people independently published this type of content or this type of books, and this is the keyword right here. The keyword is drawing book. I'm waiting for it to load, so we get to see the niche score, we get to see the independently published, and we get to see the price, and that way we are going to be able to determine how competitive this keyword is or this type of books are. So I'm going to wait for this to load so I can determine that straight away. So here we have a bad niche score, but that's not why we are here. And as you can see, we see 9 independently published, which suggests a good competition, and the average price is 10.76. So we can go a little bit above to about $12. As you can see, we have different pricing here. This is 16.999 and this is 5.49. This, and you can see a whole lot of books right here. So this is a very competitive price. As you can see, 5.49. Then we have $10, we have $16, we have $14, and we have a whole lot right here, but it has a bad niche score. That's how to carry out a competition research. So to know how competitive this keyword, any book you are trying to publish, you have to do a little bit of research to know how to fit into the market properly, to know how to position yourself in the market. I hope to see you in the next lesson where we'll get to talk more about this course. I hope to see you there.